Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all of your support. Shout out to the 19. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hype, notification bell. Things are heating up for the Indiana Fever. One day away from opening night, and it seems like it is non-stop, and the battle has now centered on not even, hey, why are the Indiana Fever shoving Caitlin Clark to the background of all of their promotional material, despite the fact that we've already seen the impact with tickets both in selling out when, if, and ticket prices plummeting as well. But on top of that, they've decided, hey, you know what? We're going to ramp up and we're going to do the most bizarre thing we've ever done, which I talked about in a previous video in more detail. And we're going to make our coach, whom a lot of people already think is not very good at her job, the face of our franchise. But wait, there's more, because from everything I've seen, it sure does seem like the Indiana Fever, I don't know, maybe are paying some people, paying some of the loyal, albeit small, Fever fan base who are all in on the Indiana Fever and all in on Stephanie White. They're not so much Caitlin Clark fans as they are tried and true old guard Fever fans wrapping themselves in the Caitlin Clark flag when it is convenient. They are going hardcore with their attacks, not on the rest of the WNBA and their treatment of Caitlin Clark. No, no, no. They are going hardcore into attacking, relentlessly attacking you, attacking me. And of course, they do it very passively aggressively, but not making, mentioning names and just tweeting out the most bizarre thing. I just saw a tweet the other day, just, ripping condescendingly and arrogantly ripping all of the Caitlin Clark fans who know they're being emotional and it's not actually something that would be great for the Fever, but just wanting Kate Martin to be picked up by Indiana, as if there's anything wrong for a fan wanting that for Caitlin Clark if they are a hardcore Caitlin Clark fan. And you've heard me say before, if there's one thing I cannot stand, it is telling fans how to fan, especially coming from people who are not actually sports fans, have no experience in what it means to be part of a normal fan base, and everything that is normal, they freak out about and they attack and they put down. And it is absolutely wild. And so, anyway, this latest one I want to get into is Stephanie White being officially announced as an assistant coach for the U.S. women's national team for the World Cup. Did you notice how the tone of my voice went down and got a little sad? Yes. Congrats, Indiana Fever said to head coach Stephanie White on being selected as an assistant coach for USA basketball. Now, before I get into that, because the reactions are kind of wild, it seems like the tide has turned a little bit, which again is why, to me, the Indiana Fever cult, maybe being paid by the Indiana Fever themselves, out there with their nonsense, repeatedly attacking Caitlin Clark fans for being critical of a coach or being critical of a front office, as if that is not a very normal thing for fans to do. But here's my question. A lot of you probably didn't hear this. I did it at the end of a video not that long ago. I should have even done it at the very beginning of this, because no one can answer me this question. It's not normal when we look at the fact that, oh, how did Stephanie White get this job? Because we look at all the things that she's doing that are diminishing Caitlin Clark, and they say she had a year left. She was under contract with the Connecticut Sun. And then it seemed like there was some mysterious something that they were like, okay, well, you know what? We'll let you not coach. But then she ends up with the Indiana Fever. That doesn't happen in other sports. Teams just don't let coaches under contract go for nothing. If she was going to be a coach of the Indiana Fever, Connecticut Sun would demand something in return, whether it's a draft pick, money, picking up the tab for the Connecticut Sun and what they paid for Stephanie White. There would be maybe, a no compete clause. You're not going to coach professionally elsewhere while you're under contract with us, unless, of course, they agree to it in a way that I just said, where there's compensation for the Connecticut Sun. It makes zero sense. It doesn't happen in sports. How did she get out of a contract with the Connecticut Sun? Connecticut Sun get nothing for it, and she coaches the Indiana Fever. I mean, it's no different than people who sign NDAs at companies that, if they leave, they can't go start a competing business in X number of years. She was under freaking contract. But anyway, let's get to this announcement from the Indiana Fever and let's go through comments on Metheny, on Stephanie Coke White. Don't care. Who cares? She's still terrible. Is she going to try to keep Cece off the ball in the World Cup too? Oh, great. So Cece off the bench again. She got MVP, though, in FIBA World Cup despite you. Ticket sales plummeted since she's come to Indiana. The fans have spoken. They don't like the lies from the front office or from questionable figures like Stephanie. If truly want to unlock CC potential, go get Kate Martin. See, here's a fan who wants Kate Martin. She knows how to catch CC passes, knows how to cut at the right time, and most importantly, knows how to get CC the ball for wide open shots. Y'all did say we have to find a way to get Caitlin open shots. This is the way. And that is the type of fan that is being viciously attacked constantly. I was as well, but of course it was very passively aggressively. When I came with receipts very politely, I still have not gotten a response, except, in fact, a defender of the person who made the post, who also follows me. We had a very reasonable discussion, and I even corrected and said, hey, they moved the goalpost. They're putting out of context what I said. This is what I actually said. He's like, yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with that. I don't understand why this is an issue. The only reason she got on that team as an assistant coach is Caitlin Clark. I bet Whiteley's was begging Bird and others to be on that team. Most importantly, she wanted to make sure Cece didn't get any confidence back and would be played off the ball. It didn't matter, though. Even though Cece only started one game, she was still MVP, and White still sucks as a coach. But keep on with the White highlight every day, because that is what fans want to see. More of a subpar coach and less of the team. I'm not skipping any, folks. Get ready, Stephanie White, to go down in history, the one who killed the league. This is horrible for the game. Best point guard, Caitlin Clark. Well, there goes Caitlin Clark starting. It will be Chelsea Gray. She'll F that up too. Fever need a coach, not an alphabet activist. Ow, that's harsh. Great news. The Indiana Fever have promoted towel girl Stephanie White to assistant coach in charge of laundry. She'll do fantastic. The Fever will have the cleanest uniforms and freshest towels in the league. Yeah, Stephanie White getting absolutely wrecked. The tide has turned, and that's why we're getting all the desperate stuff from all the Fever cult members and the Stephanie White stands and response to the person who mentioned Caitlin, right? And I saw someone else mention Caitlin too. Kate Martin, and was like, "Hey, I know that it's not really gonna. I know it's not gonna happen. I know it's not really a great fit. They have all these guards, but just emotionally speaking, as a Caitlin Clark fan, I would love for the Fever to take her." And then we get this. Please tell me we did not just go from the Fever has too many guards, which shows the front office doesn't know what they're doing, nonsense. Can you show me where the front office does know what they're doing? I'm not sure. So right there, why are you calling it nonsense? To the front office doesn't know what they're doing because they haven't brought in guard Kate Martin. Again, no one is saying that, right? No one is saying that. This is making crap up so you can crap on Caitlin Clark fans. Look, I wish Kate well, but acting like she's the best player in the world and that the Fever is being incompetent by not bringing in Caitlin Clark's friend, spelled Fwend, Fwend. This is professional basketball, not day camp. Speaking from someone who acts like they're in day camp and a mean girl from the way they go out and tweet. Again, no one is acting like she's the best player in the world and that the Fever is incompetent by not signing her. They would just like, given what Caitlin Clark has gone through in this league, they would kind of like her to have an actual legitimate friend on the team. It really is not more complicated than that. Stephanie Coke White, Metheny herself, already on the hot seat, and it is going to get louder because I promise you this, Indiana Fever fans. Caitlin Clark's fan base is a hell of a lot bigger than yours is. It's a lot smarter than yours is. It's a lot more informed than yours is. It can make a lot more noise than you can, even if you're getting paid under the table by the Indiana Fever. It is not going to end the way you want. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you for checking out the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Truly do appreciate it. I will talk to y'all later.